Hey guys, OFD checking in here, and we're going to call this an Encore performance because I wanted to bring you guys once again the good old Citizen NY0040. Yeah, I originally did a video on this watch probably about a year ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. It was probably actually March or April of 2016 that I did a review on this watch, but it was from the front seat of my truck and didn't really get to show you guys the watch up close. Now, I know there's a ton of videos out there on this watch where you can see every angle of it and aspect up close, but I love the watch and I just wanted to talk about it again. So here we are. So this, like I said, is the Citizen NY0040. Doesn't really need a whole lot of announcement. This watch does have a little bit of a history behind it, as most of you guys are aware. From about 1997 to 2007, the Italian frogmen, the Marina Militare, I think, forgive me if I butcher that, but they actually were issued or wore these watches in service and stuff like that. They, like I said, worn by their frogmen, deep divers, commando units and stuff like that. Basically, the only difference was it had the Marina Militare dial with the 500 meters down here at the bottom, the logo at the top, and then supposedly a different case back, most likely with the their logo or something like that on it. I'm not sure. Interesting thing about that is supposedly when these were requested and it was required that they go 500 meters, Citizen presented them basically a stock one, didn't do any modifications to it, and pressure tested the watch to 500 meters. It passed, and they were able to put that stamp on the dial for the military. Pretty cool story, and a testament to the build quality of this watch from Citizen. Okay. So if you guys, I will put a link to my original video that I did, and if you guys go back and watch, really one of the first things that really drew me to this watch was this 8 o'clock crown here. I was at a baseball game back in, I think, 2015 or early 2016, and I caught a guy wearing this Citizen from a distance. Granted, it was the yellow dial model. If you guys know these watches, it's quite a unicorn to find that yellow dial model, but the 8 o'clock crown drew me in. The hands on the watch and stuff like that. I actually took a picture from a couple rows back on my phone so I could zoom in and figure out what it was, and it was this watch with the yellow dial. I think that is the NY0040-25. If you guys can find one of those, good luck, buy it up, but I don't know if you're going to find that one out there. But yeah, I just fell in love with the watch. For me, I know a lot of people compare this in size to a Seiko SKX, but to me, it wears quite a bit smaller. I don't have my SKX here, and actually it's on loan to a different channel right now to compare, but I'll go through the dimensions on this watch just so you guys can hear them. From side to side, you're looking at 41.6, so really closer to 41.5 without the crown. Including the crown, you're looking at 45 millimeters. From lug tip to lug tip on this watch, north to south, as I like to say, you're looking at 47.4. This watch is 12 millimeters thickness with a 20 millimeter lug opening here. Now, I will put a Loom Shot at the end. You can also see this watch on the wrist and on a different strap. In the Loom Shot I have at the end, I do have this on a kind of a khaki NATO strap, and the watch looks awesome on that. I wanted to put it back on the factory strap for this review just because I had it. I think it's a decent rubber strap. I mean, I'm not really into rubber straps, but the way they put this together with the ventilation and stuff like that, it's ventilated very well so it breathes on you good. You know, it's stiff, kind of like the Seikos and stuff like that, but pretty cool and pretty iconic, being that they also include your decompression, you know, depth and time decompression information on the strap there, which is pretty cool if you're a diver. If you actually use that, I doubt it. Most guys are going to use a dive computer, you know, that they're going to be wearing. So very cool watch. This watch is running the Miyota 8203. This is a 21 joule movement that runs at 21,600 vibrations per hour. It's a non-hacking movement, but it is hand windable, which is kind of a bonus. So if the watch sits around for a little bit, not getting worn, you can pop the crown down there and actually wind it. Over here at 3 o'clock, we have the day and date. Now this particular model that I have here has the kanji date, as you guys can see there. And I always leave it on there because I really like the kanji date on the watch. It just looks darn cool. I don't know if that's standard on all models. Actually, what was interesting was the pictures of the Marina Militare model that I was looking at had Spanish on the dial as the other language. So not really sure how that works. Screw down crown, of course, as this is an ISO rated diver, and I like the way they did the crown on this watch with this little indentation here. Different than pretty much everything out there. I'm not really sure who else does that. And the crown has really good grip to it, really good knurling. Now, being that I'm not left-handed, I usually actually flip this watch over, unscrew the crown, do what I need to do, and then screw it back down with the watch flipped over. But if you practice, you can get it with your left hand, no problem. It actually works. So on the case back here, you guys can see we have the Pro Master logo for Citizen there. Also lets you know this is stainless steel, Citizen Watch Company, water resistant, 200 meters, Japan movement, of course. Miyota is owned, or Citizen, Miyota, same company. Citizen actually owns Miyota. So 60 click unidirectional bezel on this watch, and it locks in super solid. I mean, it's one of the strongest bezels that I actually have on any of my watches, and I really like it. I don't mind that it's not 120 click. I think it's a bit silly to have that many clicks on a bezel. I think it actually is more helping the company get it to line up with everything perfect, which this watch actually with a 60 click works great. Now, I got rid of my SKX 007 about a year ago, and really one of the factors involved in that decision was that I had this that kind of took the place as my black and white diver. And to be honest with you guys, I don't miss my 007. I have a 011J, the orange dial version of the SKX, and that's the one I'm going to keep for good. But this is a cool watch. I got this watch, guys, last year, or yeah, I guess it was middle of last year, early last year. They were selling for like $135. The prices have really gone up on these that I've noticed, you know, in percentage wise compared to that initial purchase price. If they're selling for 150 used, I'm doing pretty good, you know, at this low price point. And I think the new ones are going for around $200. So check them out if you guys can find one of these watches. I think it's something you should add to your collection. Make sure you stick around to the end because I do have a Loom Shot of this watch at the end, and it has some incredible loom on this watch, guys. So stick around for that. I want to show you really quick here. I am wearing my Seiko SND 253, and this is a watch that I've had for a couple of months, guys, kind of a reduced Flight Master, and I wear it quite a bit. I'm sorry I've not done a video of it, but I do need to get one up here soon. And probably I'm going to do a whole Seiko collection video because my collection of Seikos has really grown quite a bit, guys. So, but look out for that, and definitely keep your eyes out and try to pick yourselves up one of these Citizen NY0040s with the 8 o'clock crown. Probably one of the coolest little divers watches out there to add to your collection and have in the collection for future. So, all right, guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. If you have not subscribed to the OFD channel, please do. Please do. Thanks. All right, get a little bit of sun on this watch, charge that loom. Doesn't take much with this Citizen. All right, go in here. Yeah, check that out, guys. Crazy good Citizen loom. All right, guys, thanks for watching.